Welcome to the Frequently Asked Questions podcast. Fuzzy and Quincy. Subscribe to us, comment, share on YouTube, Instagram, wherever you watch podcasts.
Wherever you watch our podcast, just be very precise with that.
Yes, we have a personal friend of the William West.
Oh, wow. You going with government's name today.
Oh, darn, I'm
you
sorry.
Put that whole ooh-wop out.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, Fuzzy. So sorry, Fuzzy.
It's all good.
He is a pastor.
He is a
I want to
pastor.
know the difference between a pastor and a reverend, so we will find that out today.
That's a good question.
He's a pastor. He's a producer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a father.
Yeah.
He's a husband.
Yeah.
We have the Warryn Campbell.
Grammy Award.
Multi.
Wow.
Yeah. And right now, he is looking like he's
Dapper Dan right now.
I feel like I need to take my glasses off of this.
Can you let the feet show them feet too, man?
No, man. We got him in not socks.
Man, you got pets on. Look at that.
Somebody said it looked like I stepped on my daughter's little puppies.
You got your dog in there, man.
George, are you getting these Gucci slippers?
The Gucci slides.
Man, so can you tell us about what this fur is coming out of?
I don't know, man. It was my birthday one year. My wife bought them for me.
Yeah, man.
I've never worn them out the house till now. I've had them for about 2-3 years. This is my actual first time
wearing them out the house.
Yeah,
you wear them in the house though?
A couple times. They just sit in the closet. I said, you know what? I'm feeling furry today.
Yeah.
I feel fuzzy.
Yeah. And she bought this suit set for you.
Man, I came home. There was a couple short sets sitting on the bed. I said, okay. She must love me. She was gone. I was just getting there. Ain't nobody home.
Yeah.
I said, let me put it on. I looked at it. I said, I feel like this today.
Oh, boy. You think this, since you're a relationship guy,
Yeah.
you're married. Because me and Warryn have
20 years in.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Successful. We have relationship talk a lot.
Yeah.
What up, Ricky? So then it's like, do you think she's throwing a hint, though? Do you think she wants to go somewhere tropical? She's throwing out this, you know what I mean?
No. She just pays attention to me.
Ooh.
So she notices that we've been traveling for a minute. You know, we went on vacations, doing some things, and I keep looking at these short set things. They got Versace ones, you know.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm in Hermes. No, they got they got Hermes ones.
Yeah.
I just keep looking at them. They're on my phone, so she just noticed that, and she bought me a couple.
Yeah.
I said, oh.
That's a nice wife.
So your style, that's
So it wasn't really a hint. It was just like, I see you, I got you.
Damn, that's a good
little love language.
love language.
Yeah.
My love language is gifts.
Nice.
Like to get them, love to give them. Yeah, I love to give them even more. Like I love just, you know.
Shower me with your love. Some song that you didn't write, but that's good. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I mean,
We got to start from the giddy up, bro.
we did. I mean, we started with this outfit. It looks very wealthy.
He's a pastor in swaggy.
So, how do
Ask
you?
the question.
Yeah. What's the difference between a pastor and a reverend?
A reverend is a minister of the gospel, but not necessarily a pastor. A pastor is a guy who shepherds a flock. Specifically, they come to his church, that he's like the senior pastor of that specific church. I have other preachers in the church that are considered reverends, but they're not the lead or the senior pastor of that church.
And you're the senior pastor.
I'm the senior pastor of the
So
church.
how you doing all of this stuff? How you married, 3 kids? Y'all producing with Kanye, not with Kanye, short sets.
Yeah.
And how big is the church?
The church is brand new. It's been 6 years, about 1,100 members.
What?
Yeah.
It's a big congregation.
You said brand new?
Shout out to Caliworship.
They be popping, man. They be doing some live events.
So speaking of Kanye, our church, when Kanye decided to take his Sunday service and start going to churches, ours was the first one. The first one he went to. He called me. He was like, yo, we want to bring it to. I was like, okay. We got there. He like killed it. So I didn't tell anybody he was coming, not my staff or anybody like that. Just maybe one guy, the head of security knew, that's it. So I'm up talking, and I actually had a guest preacher that day, a Jewish rabbi. One of my
He got bodied.
Yeah.
He got bodied. He got showed out.
No. The Jewish rabbi?
I'm saying you got Kanye.
He blazed him.
Really?
This Rabbi Jason, shout out Rabbi Jason Sobel. He used to be a DJ.
What?
He's a Jewish rabbi now. So he was scheduled to speak.
Right.
So I didn't want to cancel him, so we got Kanye and the rabbi. So I'm up talking. I'm like, yo, one of my mans is here that, you know, it's my boy. We've been going and doing records and working together for a long time. I said, hey, Ye, come out here. Everybody's like, what? Kanye comes out, and he sits on his keyboard and starts messing with samples.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the audience is abnormally, because our place seats 800. But it's not full to 800 all the time. It's like, 600 every Sunday. But it's full now. They had to put down seats and chairs, though. My congregation was looking like, who's all these new people? Oh. The choir's in the audience.
Yeah.
But nobody knows they're in plain clothes. They're not wearing the stuff they be wearing.
The all matching outfits and stuff.
So Kanye is up on the stage messing with the sample, and then all of a sudden Jason White, my man Jason, walks out, the director, and starts doing his arms like this, and everybody stood. They just start singing, "Oh, the blessing," and everybody's like, "What?" And they stood up. They was spread out and all over the room. It was crazy. He brought the freaking Tory Kelly with him.
Wow.
I want to say Gwen Stefani. He brought all kind of. I remember I was looking at the audience. I see Scooter Braun. I'm like, Scooter Braun at church. It was great. No, it was dope. I looked at China, Black China.
Yeah,
she was in there.
Yeah,
totally unrelated though. She was there with somebody.
Yeah.
What? It's crazy. Yeah, our church is lit, man. One day we do a fast every year for 21 days. At the top of every year, we consecrate the top of our year to God so that He can bless the rest of the year. What? The fast is no meats, no sweets, no alcoholic treats. That's how I do it.
No meats, no sweets,
no alcohol. So no, for 21 days, no wine, no sugar. I mean, not sugar, but no, confectionaries.
Yeah.
The little treats.
Yeah, the cakes and pies and all that, and no meat. So Puff comes. This is a pastor's bar right here. No pastor's been able to say this, I don't think, in this country. So I'm explaining about the fast. Puff is in the audience with him and some couple guys. I'm like, no meats, no sweets, no alcoholic treats. That's a Puff. 21 days, no Ciroc. The whole place erupts like, I was like,
that's real.
Ain't no pastor got to say that before, not on Sunday morning. Our church is, Caliworship is a dope place.
Man, we gotta go.
I don't think Fuzz has been.
I haven't been, but I support. I follow him on Instagram.
You haven't been to?
Well, ain't nobody been in 2020.
Yeah. So you're online?
We online, big time.
Yeah, I watch it on live.
Can you give us the what? Yeah, what's the what?
You can watch it on Instagram, Cali. Everywhere you just put in Caliworship, anywhere on YouTube, on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, live stream, Caliworship, one word.
Wow.
Yeah,
man. So, do you have video of the Kanye when he came in?
Yeah.
Here we go now. All in together now. Here we go now. Hey, what can wash away my sin? The blood of Jesus. What can make me whole again? The blood of Jesus. Yes, sir. What can wash away my sin? But the blood of Jesus. I say, the blood of Jesus. I say, the blood of
You know,
Was your father a pastor?
My dad was a pastor. Now he's the overseer at our church. So, every pastor, I believe, just needs that accountability. I'm a pastor, but I'm still I'm a shepherd with sheep issues. You know what I'm saying? So every pastor, I think, needs a pastor. By the way, that word pastor just means shepherd.
Got it.
But
cool. That's what I'm saying. I call Warryn about anything, bro.
Yeah, that's
he's not he's not the typical pastor. I mean, you are a pastor, but you're not the typical. He's the homie pastor. Him and Nissan. There's no,
he's dripping. Yeah,
but I'm saying I can be me in front. Like if I curse, he ain't gonna say nothing. Like
I can handle it.
I've been around other pastors where you can't curse. They're like,
yeah, I don't cuss as fast as I used to.
How many pre-COVID? How many times was the plate going around? Y'all do a lot. Is it 5, 6?
Nah.
It's like you see Puff in the audience, like, all right, we gotta hit him.
Nah, we don't do none of that. I may not even have an offering. I may say, yo, like I'm saying now, if you want to donate to the work, to the church, you can text Caliworship, one word, to 77977. Boom. Wow. And then we might sing a song. They do. We did pass a bucket around once, but most of the giving is online. People do it at their leisure.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know a young gentleman by the name of Jermaine Dally?
Yeah. That's from Philly. Yeah, that's my man.
That's my guy. Just anytime we talk to some gospel or some, I got to throw Jermaine Dally.
No, Jermaine is real. Like I I just saw him on FaceTime the other day.
Yeah.
I was working with another group, and my man hit him.
Yeah.
That's my man. I said, Jermaine, you look real relaxed. Yeah, you done got your son.
Yeah.
He done got married.
He got married.
He was.
Oh, that's right. You were telling about them.
He done uncorked.
Yeah, he got
You
married.
being a celibate for all that time?
Yeah.
That's a lot of backup.
We did a morning show together.
Yeah,
we on-
yeah.
Yeah, he was on
the radio.
Yeah, he was on my morning show.
That's
So-
dope. He's a good guy.
Wow. Okay. So you got layers, man. So how, is it hard for you when you know pastor in the church and you got to go, when you're producing? Sometimes it's not always gospel music or
Right.
holy music.
Nah,
you're in situations.
Yeah.
Nah, he's in the thick of it. Like,
I mean, I started my career at Deathrow,
that's the thick of it.
Let's talk about it.
where I learned to be me wherever I was at. Didn't matter the genre or the people around me. I'm bringing myself, whoever I am, to that. I'm not switching up because you in the room or so and so's in the. I'm just gonna still be
Warryn.
yeah.
But how old were you when you started doing Death Row stuff?
First started with Quik,
DJ Quik.
DJ
yeah.
Quik, right out of high school. I was 17, and he was making his third album, Safe and Sound.
Yeah.
My man DJ Rogers hooked me up with Quik. I started playing keys on his stuff, and I noticed his music was amazing. I was already a fan, but he allowed me to play, keys on all the songs and stuff like that.
That's a big deal for you.
It was huge for me.
And
And
from LA. Warren's from
born
LA.
and raised from LA, so I mean, Quik was like
The man.
he was the man to me. So one day I noticed he had a drum machine. I had never seen one before. I waited till he left the room. I went and was like playing with it. I was like, oh man. I wrote down what it was, went and looked in the recycler. The newspaper where we buy used gear. I bought one. Came to Quik. I said, hey Quik, I bought one of them drum machines like you got. He said, what? He scrunched his face up. I thought he was upset, and he was like, hold up. And he walked out. So I'm like, damn, I think I messed up.
Yeah.
Comes back with a briefcase, an Anvil black and metal briefcase. Puts it in my hand and says, take this home, copy everything, and bring it back. I'm going to show you how to work it. I open the briefcase. It's floppy disks of all his music. Like, from the first two albums, everything. Quick as a Name, Just Like Compton, all the sounds and everything's in there.
The sounds, yeah.
He gave me all his drums. My first drum sounds I ever got is from DJ Quik. Like, mind you, people, it's like getting gold.
Yeah, because those are stuff that he's tuned and
Think of in the club, 50 Cent. Those are Quik's drum sounds
yeah.
that he gave to. I don't know who he gave
Yeah,
it to.
he gave him to, but those are quick sounds in the club.
So you get these floppy disks and you go home and listen.
I'm like, oh my god.
So you can see programs like, oh my God, this is Sweet Black, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
Sweet Black Yada Da.
Yeah.
But everything was there. Copied it, brought it back. He just would start teaching me stuff. Because none of the other homies that was around was like, he playing the music loud and everybody partying, drinking beer. When he put the music on the little speakers and start programming and digging through crates, they all leave and be messing with the girls outside. I would be sitting in the corner just watching him like, what is he doing? He noticed that. I think he just started, it was really natural. You know what I'm saying? He just started telling me stuff and showing me stuff. Like my first couple keyboards that I used, he gave me. When we first came out with Shackles, those drums, those are Quik's drum sounds that he gave me.
Shackles on My Feet.
Yeah.
By Mary.
Yeah, man. So
So that's why it slapped the way it slapped.
he's super instrumental in everything I ever did. And I hate that he don't really get his flowers because people put Dre up here, and Dre should be up here because the body of work he have. But in my book, he's right there. He's right there with him. Like
I just tried to call him today. Who was here?
So that's how I started. So to answer your question, Quik started being managed by Suge. And then he said, we're going to move all our stuff over to Deathrow, to their studio. And that's when I met Snoop and Daz and everybody. Became part of the crew. Started, they was
At
doing.
a young age.
Yeah, I was 17, something like that. They started doing, when I got there, they was working on Murder Was a Case.
Ooh.
So that was the first thing I got in on.
The movie soundtrack.
Yeah, Murder Was a Case, all the music. Then, we working on, Suge gave us an assignment. All the musicians, he was like, he had a stack of records. I want you to remake all these songs. Because he was tired of paying sample fees. Because, a lot of producers be sampling, but they ain't clearing none of the stuff, so he keep getting sued.
Yeah.
So just play all these records. Can you make it sound? I was like, yeah, I can make it sound just like, this is huge training for me. I can make it sound just like the record. Like I can. So we got guys playing drums, bass, and I'm playing all the key stuff. And me and myself, Kenny Crouch, Cornelius Mims, shout out to them, DLOC, D-Lo. They used to play with Snoop.
Yep.
We all in there. So we working on Love and Happiness by Al Green. We got it sounding just like the record, right? The door open. Tupac walk in. Last we know, Pac is in jail.
Yeah.
He walks in the room. It's like everybody stopped. He had hair. I mean, he got out of jail onto a private jet and flew straight to the studio.
So this is when he was in jail at Rikers Island.
Yes,
And when Suge bailed him out.
got him out. He came to the studio. It was night. It was like maybe 12, 1 in the morning, something like that. He's like, "What's up, y'all? I'm signed to Deathrow now." He's talking to the band. I don't think he know we ain't producers.
Yeah.
I'm not a producer at the time. I'm a writer, but I don't produce yet. So he was like, "Come back tomorrow. We're gonna start my album tomorrow. I want all y'all to come through." So next day, none of them dudes came through except for one of them, or two of us, and he started working on All Eyes on Me. I'm playing on 17 of them songs.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Anything that you see that says Johnny J on there, produced by Johnny J, that's me playing everything.
Did you get credit on the album? though?
No. I'll tell you why. In the middle of that, Suge was like, I want to sign you to a publishing deal.
Uh-oh.
Man, this is now that I'm saying it, it's crazy. So 2 days before that, my cousin, who's my manager at the time, her name was Joyce Washington. Shout out to Jiggy Joyce.
What's up, Joyce?
She managing me.
Yeah.
She takes me up to see a family friend named Tiger. Tiger is Matt Jones.
Okay.
The A&R, right?
Yeah.
So I've been knowing him and Demet, these guys that worked at Columbia Records since Demet Guidry, since I was 10 years old.
Okay.
So we went to see him. He just says after the meeting, mind you, at the time, let's back up. I'm actually signed to Harry O.
Wow.
Lifestyles, me, Battle Cat, I'm signed over there. So I had a record that he wanted for Kenny Lattimore. He just signed Kenny Lattimore. I was like, I can't, because I got to give it to Harry O for his wife.
And Harry O was a part of Deathrow.
Well, he's one
of the founders.
Well, he gave
funded.
He gave the Suge like 1.2, 1.5 million.
He just got out of
He
jail.
just got out while Suge is in, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, if they was both out at the same time, I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be some
Some furniture moving.
trouble.
Some furniture moving.
So I'm signed over there, but I'm also moonlighting, working at Deathrow because they paying me
Yeah.
a lot of money too. Like it's crazy. It was a lot of money to me. So
At that age, of course.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so we where did I leave off?
Man, you said you were signed to Harry O, but when you were leaving the office, somebody pulled,
You went to see your man.
somebody at Columbia.
Oh yeah. So we leave in Columbia. He throws out there, "Hey, if you want a publishing deal, go see my man Big John."
Big John Platt.
At EMI. I was like, all right, I didn't know what a publishing deal was. So my cousin Joyce kept saying, well, we gonna meet this, we gonna go see that publishing guy. So I have this meeting with him. I played him his record. Mind you, at the time, I'm in a band too, playing with Brandy. Her first album, I'm on the road as her keyboard player. So Brandy tells me, I write this song while we're on the road. I play it for her. She's like, I like that. We're gonna record it when I get home. I have a meeting with Big John, playing the song. He said, what you gonna do with that song? I said, Brandy gonna record it. Mind you, this is when Brandy she's hot as fish grease.
Yeah.
He looked at me like, yeah, right. How you gonna get Brandy to record the record? I came back to him the next day with her on the record.
Ooh.
He don't know that we like that.
Yeah.
She recorded in my garage, my mama's house. Came back, he was like, yo, this is crazy. He said, I want to give you a deal. 2 days later, I'm in with Suge. I want to sign your publishing. I say, it's me and another guy, one of my homies. I'm like, I already got a publishing deal.
Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared at all. Like, I'm there through Quik.
So you got big homie.
Yeah, I'm not. Mind you, Suge wasn't a scary dude.
Got it.
He's scary because on TV.
Right.
He's super nice. Like, you don't want to cross him like that, but he was like,
He was cool. I'm just saying, I hadn't had no issues with Suge.
only thing issue I had, he walked in the room, was like, I give anybody $2,000 to wrestle me right now. I was like, let's go. So I'm trying to get him. He's like, get off. He picks me up, slams me on my back hard in the studio. Everybody laughing. Pac laughed. Everybody laughing like, I was like, give me my money. He was like, I ain't giving you nothing. And he walked out. I was like, oh my God.
You played me.
There was a gym there too. So he had these girls with him. He walked to the other side to the gym, and I'm sitting there. They just laughing. They just cracking jokes, bagging on me. I got up. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get my money. I'm like, what you going to do? So I walk out. I don't know what I was going to do. I walked out to the back, went around the corner, went to the gym. He's sitting there talking to the girls. I didn't even say nothing. I just walked in. I was getting ready to say, hey, man. He just said, man, I'm just playing. He went in his pocket and threw me a wad, threw me $6,000.
What?
Like, threw it at me. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I walked back in the room. Like, yeah, they was like, wait a minute. It was nothing, but because of that moment, nobody ever bothered me over there.
Wow.
They just think,
Right.
whatever. I don't know what they thought, but I didn't have no problems.
If she'll give you respect, then everybody, yeah.
And he was just, he was just clowning around.
Yeah.
So I didn't have issues like that. So I wasn't scared.
Got it.
I said, man, I already got a publishing deal. He was like, well, I got to have publishing on my artists. You can still work here. We're going to pay you and everything, but I can't put your name on nothing because you ain't signed with us.
Oh,
that's why my name is not on nothing on All Eyes on Me, but that's me playing all over it like crazy.
Really?
And I went on the road with him. We did Saturday Night Live. I'm playing with him, you know.
So did you? I mean, 17. I don't even know how many songs is on this album.
27.
27.
Did you do? I ain't
28 songs, I think.
I ain't mad at you. Did you,
Johnny?
So the video on the record, that's Priest, Superfly,
Yeah.
playing. On the video of the I Ain't Mad at You, that's me playing.
Oh,
So,
two different versions.
Two different versions. The version on the video, we redid the track, and I'm playing. Yeah. Like, you know, what's your phone number? How do you want it?
You know what my song was? Checkout Time.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
I got here.
Check out what?
Hearts of Men, the song Quik produced. I'm playing that.
Oh, yeah, they got that Prince. How y'all avoid not? That was a Prince sample.
Did you do? What's that song? I got my mind made up. Come on, and it's Redman and Method Man on it.
No, but maybe actually, yeah. But I do remember that might be QD3 actually.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, but
I remember when he came. So I told you when he walked in, he was like disheveled, like had a he had a shawl sweater on or something.
Talk about Tupac. Yeah.
Pac. The next day, my man came back rolly.
He was looking like Deathrow.
Deathrow chain, bald head, leather vest, like looking like I was like, dang. Pulled up in a drop top Bentley.
Oh yeah,
or Rolls Royce, whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, dang, this is crazy. This is overnight.
The starter kit,
and everybody started coming. Method Man comes, and this person, everybody's flying in to see Pac. The whole hip hop industry just starts coming to LA because to see him.
And that's how some of them features happen.
Yeah, he had Faith Evans on the record. It didn't come out because of course they weren't gonna clear it. Yeah. He was trying to pull a fast one, I think. Yeah. She was out in LA just hanging out, whatever, and got on the record. I remember being in the room.
Dang.
Because I walked in the room, they were sitting on the couch just talking, and we in the middle of the beef. It's hot.
Yeah.
I walk in. It's crazy. Yeah, because matter of fact, Big Jake had just passed away. Just died at this one of Puffy's guys killed one of our dudes, and it had just happened around the same time. So I walk in the studio and he's on the face talking to this girl. I'm like, I kind of recognize her. I'm like, I walk up to him and say, "What up, man? What up?" I'm looking at her like,
"You look familiar."
Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, man, this Faith. Say hi." I was like, "Oh, hey." I'm completely like, my keyboard was sitting right next to the couch. I sit down, start playing. Next thing you know, all these people start coming in.
Yeah.
Suge walk in, and she gets, but this is before Suge walked in. All these guys walking in just looking at her because they know she put her shades on and comes and sits next to me. She don't know me, but because I'm in the corner. She sits next to me in a little chair and just sits there like, oh, like she was shook, like I probably shouldn't be here. And it was crazy. Suge walked in, shook her hand. He's like, "Yo, I'm Suge. Anything you need, like, just let me know. Thank you for being here." Whatever he said. Yeah. Next thing I know, I think she must have called a cab or something. She was out of there. She sung on the hook though. Yeah. And then after that, Pac was an interesting dude. Like some days he would be like a really cool cat. Other days,
troll hat was on.
Yeah, he was a jerk. The other, like. He was like, what do you call him? Was he one of them signs that switch all the time?
Oh,
Gemini.
What's your sign for us?
I'm a Scorpio, fool.
Gemini.
I wonder if Pac was a Gemini.
Maybe.
Hey, I don't know when his birthday. Oh man.
Wait. So how did your parents feel? So you raised in church?
Yeah.
Like he has a gospel group with his sister. Like they were singing.
Oh, when I was a little kid,
Yeah, when you were a little kid. But I'm saying, how did your parents, your dad is, first of all, your mom and dad is cool as a fan.
Yeah.
Love them to death.
Let me tell you how it went.
Yeah.
So, one of my big homies, shout out to Mario Winans, when, what's that?
Oh, Pac is he is a Gemini, June 16th, 1970.
Wow.
1971.
See? You come in one day.
Maybe that's a Gemini or Cancer. I'm not sure. It's
I don't
one of
know.
them. Yeah.
But so
He's emotional. He was up and down.
June's a Cancer.
We like locked in. I'm with him every day in the studio. Somebody just sent me a video of me and him in the studio, me, him, and Charlie Wilson. And I'm like, at this time, I'm 19. So anyway,
Mario Winans.
Mario's like, a little baby God to me. I don't know him well, but he's like in the church world. He was like,
Because his family's lit.
he would not do any secular music. He was like a dope producer doing all these like gospel hits, right? He had just did Fred Hammond's album.
Which one?
Fred's second solo album. It was a song called Love You Forever on his second solo album. The album's called like Deliverance. Anyway, this is like 1991, 2, 3, something like that. So I see Mario. I'm like, man, I'm talking to him. He don't do no secular music. So I'm just impressed by that. So I go home and tell my daddy, who's my pastor. And my dad's like, Dad, I ain't never doing no secular music. Thinking I'm impressing him. And he said, man, sit down. Let me talk to you for a minute. He said, I see all this music you like to do around here, what you listening to. I don't really like all that cursing. Because at the time, all I listened to was
Quik.
People like Quik, NWA,
And Commission.
Redhead Kingpin,
the
Winans and Commission.
Red Kingpin, produced by Teddy Riley.
And I was listening to this girl rapper from Texas. Her name was Choice. I don't know if you remember Choice. She was like way before Lil Kim, extra dirty, raunchy. I was crazy. She was dissing all the dudes. It was crazy. Anyway, so I would listen to that stuff, but then I would listen to this gospel music. I hated R&B. I didn't like any R&B, like all the Freddie Jacksons and the Luther Vandrosses and the Peabo Brysons. I had no appreciation.
No Urban AC for you.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know what that was. But if it was Commission, Winans, or hard gangster rap, I was all about it. So my dad was like, I see this list of music you like, man. Listen, you don't type, you don't take dictation, you don't do construction. Your job and your occupation is being a musician. Do the music that you feel in your heart that you really love to do.
Wow.
So he was understanding the business side of it.
Yeah, he got it. My dad was like,
but your dad's a musician also.
He was a bass player, and I grew up in a church. My godmother was an R&B singer, and I was born in her father's church. So our little church was called King's Chapel on the east side, on 21st and Griffith, right? Mm-hmm. And it was, every Sunday was some superstar at our church. Bono would come through, Dionne Warwick come through, Andre Crouch would be there to hear our little choir. Yeah. And my godmother and her sister, they were stars.
Who's your godmother?
She was in the 70s. She was a lead singer of a girls group called the Honeycomb.
Yeah, okay.
She had a big song called the One Ads, right? Matter of fact, I sampled it for one of Mary Mary's song, Heaven.
Really?
That's when she passed away in 2020 during the whole COVID thing. Wow. And but that's my godmother. She gave me my first Fender Rhodes when I was 11. And her husband produced all their records. She had another sister. She has her older sister's name is Darlene Love. She's known in New York to sing all the Christmas songs on David Letterman show every year. Mm-hmm. She just won an Oscar for that documentary called 20 Feet from Stardom.
Oh yeah, it was talking about the background singers and stuff. Got it.
So those two sisters, I grew up in their father's church.
So you always had
it was always there.
Yeah, you always had like a bird's eye view directly of the entertainment business.
I was in the studios with them when I was a little baby, little kids, growing up watching them do it. So it was nothing for my dad to say that to me, this is your occupation. He said, but you got to have standards though. You can't let your occupation run all over your salvation. Ooh. One has to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I understood that. I didn't always, live up to it, but
But you understood the fundamentals of it.
Yeah. So he wasn't really until Quik called the studio to give me the song idea. Man, I'm thinking about the song I want to do. I want you to play this thing. And he's rapped the song on the answer machine. They don't know that I live at home with my mom and dad.
So he just talking.
He rapping all this ill, cussing. And this was when my dad found out that I was working at Deathrow because he knew,
He didn't know. He knew you was going to the studio, but he didn't know it was Deathrow Studio.
He didn't know what that was. To him, I kind of think he maybe thought I was selling dope or something, you know, because I had at 18, I just bought the big body Beamer.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Suge was paying me like when he said, "What you want to get paid?" This was me like, you know, thinking I'm about to cash in. I said, "I want $1,500 every song, every track." That's what I said. $1,500 a track. He was like,
That's all you want?
"All right, you got it." I said, "Word? Oh man, I'm about to be rich."
Are you in high school at this time?
I just graduated.
Man.
So I'm like, I do my first thing. I'm about to get paid. I go up to the accountant. Accountants was Gelfin, Renard, and Feldman.
Mm-hmm.
I go up there, pick up a check. The check is like almost $8,000, and so I'm scared to cash it for a couple of days. Going like, I asked for $1,500. Like, why is it almost? Like, shoot. So I just left it sitting there for a minute. Then someday I came home one day from the studio and some said, "Man, you should look at the other piece of paper
What did it
attached
say?
to the."
Yeah.
It said 1,500 piano, 1,500 strings, 1,500 bass. So every track I played, he gave me $1,500.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you out of here. You're paid.
Oh!
You own. Did you tithe on that?
No, I didn't.
You know, great.
Because at the time,
That's $800. That's the church supposed to be getting, nigga.
so at the time, I wasn't in church at all. Like my
You
dad,
busy. You gone.
But
Yeah.
you still at your mom and dad's house.
I'm at the house, and all I got is I don't have no bills. I live there, but from the time I was 16, I had already taken over one of the bills.
Which bill was that, though?
The DWP bill was mine.
Yeah.
My dad gave me that.
Was DWP?
So for those of y'all that don't know, DWP is Department of Water and Power.
Got it.
You got DWP in the Philly?
Nah, it's like Pico or something. No.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
y'all,
so I thought-
every city got their own.
Yeah, we DWP.
Or we might have Edison or people like that. But
Yeah.
like, that's my bill at 16. Like, mind you, I've never had a job before in my life. I've always hustled music. I started making money doing music at 13, playing in churches. So he was like, "This is your bill. I want you to be responsible for it." So of course I was walking around turning all the lights off. And but I mean, shoot, I ain't lived at home in 20 years. I still pay that bill to this day.
That's still your bill.
I still pay it.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, my dad, I think he thought something was
So
weird.
he was like, as long as you pay that bill, you can do whatever you want, Jack.
Nah, we had a rule. I could do whatever I want if I don't get caught. If you catch me, you're gonna kill me.
What?
Yeah. That's how I missed the last 90 days of school, still walking, graduated, and he found out later. He was like, "You graduated, what can I do?"
Wow. So your dad's a pastor.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
cool. He's cool,
and
man.
he's giving you the room to grow and do what
Yeah.
you want to do.
Bought me all the equipment I needed. I had a studio in my room by the time I was 13. I had everything.
So did you have like local rappers coming into your studio?
Nah. I didn't even know what a producer was. I was just making tracks.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they was called tracks.
They showed me some video of him as a kid, and you just had the garage. Was it the garage set up or something?
That was the second. That's when we moved to the valley. But on 52nd and Normandy in the hood, it was in my
your room.
bedroom. I had like all kind of.
Looking like the Black Thomas Dolby, huh?
I had boom boxes, guitar amps, all kind of stuff linked up to it. It was crazy.
Electrical fire about to happen.
Yeah, I had my drummer. I had a little baby drum machine. Not like the one Quik gave me. I had this one that just came with pre-sounds.
Yeah. Couldn't
Some
tell you no. You was,
synthesizers.
you was
Oh, man.
cracking them.
I had a Fender Rhodes that my godmama gave me. I was making tapes.
So who called you Baby Dub?
Quik.
So Quik named you Baby Dub.
At first they called me Boy Wonder.
Wow.
I ain't like that name no more because I told you my man that got killed from Deathrow. His name was Big Jake. Shout out to Jake. He got killed by a guy in Atlanta, one of Puffy's guys at Jermaine Dupri's party. He called me Boy Wonder. So I didn't really like that after that.
Yeah, I feel you.
So everybody called me Baby Warryn. That was like my nickname. Even when I was a little kid, my cousins, all the kids in Compton and Watsonville, they used to stay on 117th, Compton Avenue. I used to be over there all the time. And everybody called me Baby Warryn. So when I meet Quik and KK and D from Second and None, my man High C, Croft, they all call me Baby Warryn. And then Quik just started calling me Baby Dub all of a sudden. Then it was Baby Dub, Baby Dub. And it's just.
So what is the first song you got credited for? That you remember seeing your name in the credits, like on the liners?
At Deathrow or anywhere?
Anywhere.
Oh, the first one was a gospel track. It was this group of all Hispanic dudes. You probably know them. You know Pete, that be with Nissan?
Yeah.
He was the lead of a gospel group. They were signed to Epic.
I didn't know that.
And I played for them. And so I wrote a song on the album. and it was called What I Feel Inside. And that's when back in the day, LA had a gospel station back then called K-Max.
K-Max on AM.
No, it was on FM.
No,
107.1.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Oh,
K-Max.
You talking about the other one?
Yeah, it was
KM,
something I forgot. No,
KTYM.
KTYM.
No,
Yeah, you're right. It's KTYM.
You sure? Okay,
It was KTYM, something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I heard it on the radio. I was driving. I had a red Nissan pickup truck.
So if you heard your record on that station, you was cracking.
Yeah, it was it was big.
Man, so, dude, what was the first, I guess, nationwide song that, you're on, you get credit, you like, yo, it's popping.
Like quick stuff, huh?
Well, that I produced?
Yeah.
With Quick stuff I didn't produce. I'm just playing. I didn't produce anything with Quick until the Balance and Options album. He let me produce the song with him called Well with him and Raphael Sadiq.
Yeah.
Yeah. We switched roles. I did the drums and he played the keys.
Really?
It was dope, man. It was, a great experience. Anyway,
Crazy.
I think the first one that really got some burn, that's when Theo was on the radio.
Theo.
And he was dating Shanice.
Shanice
had a record called When I Close My Eyes. He was just signed to LaFace, and they put that record on her. It did pretty well. And I produced it. That was like one of my first before that, Drew Hill, How Deep Is Your Love on the Rush Hour soundtrack.
Wait, you had a single on a soundtrack, bro?
Yeah, that was my first big song, 1998.
That came through John?
No, that came through. Shout out to my man Kenneth Creer.
Oh, shout out to Kenneth Creer.
Big Ken, he was managing me, and
Kenneth Creer's a dope manager.
Yeah.
In 1998, Drew Hill, they were huge.
Yeah, it was huge. So my man Kenneth, who was managing me, started co-managing them. So he only had 2 clients at the time. It was me and his first client, another guy named Dutch, who was a producer in LA, big homie. Dutch did We Be Clubbing.
Yeah.
So he got us both in with Dutch was first. He got them to go in with Dutch at Dutch's house and do some work. Then they brought me in, and I started doing me and him, between me and Dutch, we did pretty much half that second Drew Hill album, Into the Drew. What? And we all did How Deep Is Your Love together, which was the first single, and it was the end title for the first Rush Hour. They flew us to Hong Kong for the video and everything. It was crazy.
Really?
Met Jackie Chan.
Was your first time going to Hong Kong?
Brett Ratner took us to the rub and tub.
What?
That's the first time and the last time I ever did that. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, finish. When it's finish.
No, it was crazy. We all there, the whole Drew Hill, Brett Ratner, and so all the girls come up. You picking the girl. I want you to do my massage. I'm like, dang, this is dope. I'm getting a massage.
Yeah.
Then he yells out as we're all walking off, I only pay for don't screw the girls. I'm like, huh?
What? I'm just getting a massage.
Yeah, I didn't.
You're naive like I am as a young age. You probably
I had no
church naivete.
I was like, okay, what the heck that mean? Maybe maybe you wasn't talking to me at all.
Yeah.
So she do the whole massage. It's a pole up there. She's standing on my back. I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
So she's done.
Think she's George Jefferson.
And Mr. Bentley.
Yeah.
So I see her. She get this oil. I'm done, and I'm on my back now. So she get the oil. She's just like, shh. I'm like, dang, what's she about to do? She go start grabbing my joint. I'm like, hey.
What's going on?
She was like, I said, no. I mean, yeah, but no.
Yeah, not from you.
Like, I'm like, dang. Because I'm just thinking, I probably would have let it go down. At the time, I might be 20 at the time. 20-something.
In your early 20s.
I'm like, but then I thought, I'm in Hong Kong. What if this is something wrong with this and I go to jail or something? And I'm in Hong Kong.
And how you tell your parents that?
Yeah, I got in trouble. I start thinking all kind of stuff. Maybe I'm in an illegal place I ain't supposed to be in. I got shook. I was like, yeah, I'm cool. Don't get me good.
Yeah.
But then I was sitting out there
and waiting for everybody
for
else.
like 2 hours. I'm like, dang, this is crazy. But that song was my first. I know I got extra long stories about everything.
No, this is great, man.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So, did you lose yourself? You know what I'm saying? You're 17, you're 18, you're in your early 20s. We already know in our early 20s we we kind of start feeling ourselves.
Yeah.
Especially being in the entertainment.
Yeah, because he
industry.
started, like you say, he just bought a big body Benz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 83.
Oh, it was used.
It was definitely used, but it
Yeah.
was seven. That's when it had the 733i.
Yeah.
Big body. Came with a phone in it.
Oh, he was cracking it.
Oh,
I
wow.
was cracking.
Yeah. So did you like you rolling around? You not going to church? You not tithing? And
Yeah.
do you like how'd you get back? Because
It's weird because I formed a relationship with God when I left church. Church, and the way I grew up in that particular church, was actually blocking me from getting to know who God really is, because they had rules and all this weird stuff.
Very strict upbringing.
My dad did something revolutionized the game as a pastor. He's in LA in the Valley, there was no black churches. He was the first one. So everybody black in the Valley was starting to go to my dad's church. He, on a Sunday morning, it's one of them, like, it was after the 94 earthquake. So I'm 19, yeah. And he announced right there, yeah, because everybody's at church. Everybody's scared because of the earthquake. So everybody's there. Yeah, this is going to be our last Sunday. We shut it down. And like, every church is not meant to be here forever. And nobody knew. It was like, no.
You didn't know?
No, my mama didn't know.
wow.
She was like, she was like, yeah, we done. I was like, what? Like, what was that? And there was a youth leader, this girl. She got up, was like, no, this is not right. Mind you, we just had the earthquake 2 weeks before that, and we live in the epicenter. And so the ground is always kind of shaking during when you live in the epicenter of that magnitude
He's going for
earthquake. So this lady stood up and was like, no, you guys meet me back here next. She tried to say next Sunday, and boom, aftershock.
Yeah, and I'm out.
Mind you, in the big earthquake, our church, not even a hairline fracture. The chandeliers was up. Everything was cool. In this little tiny aftershock, everything fell down. Wow. Chandeliers, stuff moving, cracks in the wall. Everybody ran out the church. So I'm helping clean up and stuff.
Are you serious?
I get home, my dad sitting on the couch. He said, told him it was the last Sunday.
Yeah.
He said, we can't go back in there now, can we?
So the church was in Northridge.
It was in Northridge.
So y'all pushing from LA to Northridge.
No, at the time we had moved to Northridge. My dad,
that's right. Okay.
He came home one day and there was a bunch of bullet holes in the garage. He was like, I gotta get my family out of here.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Your dad
hot.
and mom has always been real with you, huh?
100%.
And I was
Always.
telling Q earlier, I was like, he saw, your birthday had just passed. I said, well, Warryn and his mom share the same birthday.
Same day, yeah.
My youngest son is on the same day, August 21st.
I'm August 21st.
Yeah.
So your birthday is August 21st?
No, my
son.
youngest son.
Oh, he's on August. Oh,
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
He's gonna grow up to be a king and a lion.
Well, yeah. If,
Yeah.
if not, we're just gonna bring him to you. You know what I mean?
Hey man, I know what to do with him.
You got 3. You can have another one.
So Warryn, so let's move on to, like, you go from Deathrow, Quik,
Drew Hill.
Then where does Mary come in at? Like, how does that?
At the time I'm doing Drew Hill, I'm dating Erica from Mary Mary.
Shout out to Erica Campbell.
Shout out to EC and TC, Tina, what up? I'm dating Erica, and they're not Mary yet, but we've been writing songs. So we wrote a song on the Dr. Doolittle soundtrack together.
Erica did?
Erica and Tina, yeah.
Yeah, dope.
The artist was Robin S.
Yeah, I remember Robin S.
I remember Big John made Atlantic Records so mad because he made them keep the girls on the song.
Wow, so they're
it
writer
was supposed
ends.
to be their single. So now, man, I'm about to go on another. Okay, so little story. So Mary, and I'm doing Drew Hill. I get a call one day. Shout out to my, rest in peace, my man Heavy D, who was like one of my big brother. Matter of fact, this watch I got on right here. He gave me this watch on my 25th birthday. This was the first thing he bought.
Yeah.
When he became Heavy
Last
D.
time I saw Heavy D was at your studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
When I turned 25, he was like, man, I was saving this for my son, but I had a daughter, and he gave it to me. I wore it to my wedding and everything. I was weird, yeah. So, Hev calls me. He's like, you know Puff? It's like, nah, I don't know. Now, I don't know Puff like that. He says, listen, he has this production team called The Hitmen. I think you're a little too advanced for that because you already got hits by yourself. Because I wasn't signed to nobody. Like, I got out of that contract with Harry O, and it was short-lived, but I'm an independent guy. I'm not with a crew. I'm not signed.
You're taking all the money.
It's just me out here working, and me and Big John working. And I asked Big John to be my manager. He was like, I work as your publisher.
Like, it's conflict of interest.
He was like, I get a check for that already. I'm good. This is my job. I'm like, okay. He was like, you don't need no manager. But then I got Ken, so we just working. I have no crew, so all my money's coming to me, and and so I guess, dang, I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about Mary.
Oh yeah, so he calls me. Hav's like, yo, Puff, he has this crew of producers, Hitman, but I think you're a little too advanced for them. But there's a 5-man A&R crew he's putting together called the Starting Five. Harv Pierre, I think D-Dot.
Yeah.
I want you to meet him. You should be a part of it. He's looking for young cats out here. Like, nah, I'm cool. It's like, man, you being an idiot, man. You ain't got nothing to do with the East Coast, West Coast. I was like, nah, I'm cool, man. I don't really fool with that dude.
Cause he's still on his death row. Like, you still got the death row energy on you.
Yeah.
Because your man.
That's what we do in LA. You feel me?
We stay down, 10 toes down, 10 toes in the tar, baby.
Know what I mean?
Your man who named you
Boy Wonder
got killed at a Jermaine Dupri party.
With Puff. It was Puff's right-hand man that killed him.
Got it.
At the time, that guy is rest in peace. He's gone too.
Sheesh.
So none of that stuff makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, we get it.
So you turned it down?
I'm like, nah, Hev. I'm cool. Man, you being an idiot. You know what? I'm calling your mother. I'm like, you calling my mother? So needless to say, I went down there. Don't call Sandra. Yeah. She gonna call me. So I go down there, and back in the day, we didn't have CDs. We had DAT. We had 2 DAT tapes. One had
digital audio tape.
And I just started working, doing songs on the girls. They weren't even called Mary yet. They were just Erica and Tina. I had 3 songs on one DAT, and I had some Drew Hill songs I just did, right? So, of course, he walked in. We had the record plant in L.A. He walked in the lounge where I was sitting, super arrogant. Didn't even look at me. He walked through, like, I'm like, where Fuzzy is, he walked past me. He's like, what you do?
Ooh.
And I'm like, I have a chip on my shoulder because of who he is and who I am. I'm not, like, any other guy at the time would be like, this is Puff. Like, I don't care about none of that. Like, I'm like, what you mean what I do? You know why I'm here?
Yeah.
I do what you do. I make records. He was like,
Warryn super LA though, so let's keep it clear.
Yeah. So he looked at me, he like, all right, well, play me something there. I pop in, How Deep Is Your Love? He was like, oh yeah, that's a hit. That's a hit. I'm like, I know this. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
He laughed a little bit. He chuckled because I'm giving him the extra. I'm not aggressive like that, but there was.
But I'm not faking like. Yeah.
I'm not gonna like. And I don't know his resume, mind you. I don't know him at all. Like, I know who he is, but I don't really know him. Like,
Yeah.
So
You still new to the industry.
yeah. And so, matter of fact, Mario Winans was there. When I saw him, he was the first person I saw when I walked in. He pulled me to the side. He goes, what you doing? You gonna join Hitman? I was like, nah. He was like, man, I'm telling you, I'm about to have the summer that Stevie J having this year. I'm gonna have that's gonna be me next year. I was like, how much they paying you? He told me how much they paying him. I was like, well, I get this per song. He was like, how you do that? I said, I don't. It was way. I said, yeah, I'm not joining that.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah. So I'm having a meeting. He's like, play something else. I play him another Drew Hill record off that album. It was a song called I'm Wondering. I play him that record. He was like, oh my God. So he said, listen, I'm doing a Bad Boy gospel album. Hev said he know you know gospel stuff. You from the church. Hev used to call Hev, my nickname that he called me was Jesus. I don't know why he called.
Wow.
Phone calls in the morning. Yo, what up, Jesus? I was like, Hev, you can't stop calling me Jesus. No, man, you Jesus. I'm like, I'm not Jesus. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. He was like, why? It's crazy. So he said, no, yeah, man. He told me you church guy. He said, of course, Hev goes, yeah, man, it's Jesus. It's Jesus right here. It's like, all right. I said, I got a gospel group that I'm working with. So I play him Shackles. Wow.
This before the group was signed?
They were just getting ready to sign to my production company. We hadn't even did that deal yet.
But okay.
He starts jumping on the couch. Like, yo. And I'm thinking he wants to talk, so I turn it down. No, turn it back up. I want to sign him. Get your lawyer on the phone right now. I'm like, cool. I call my lawyer.
So this is around the time when Big had just passed away, right?
Yeah. Well, it's
shortly after that.
It's a year or so after that.
Because I remember Puff. It was rumored that Puff had this gospel project, and I heard it. I think John P. Key. Am I right?
He had a bunch of people on it.
Yeah, but it never came out.
He asked me to it
was some fire
A&R with him.
Yes.
So I go through all the songs, make notes. I'm like, because, when you're in hip hop and you don't come from the church world, you automatically think that gospel's supposed to be sad. So all the songs were sad. So all my comments was like, yo, Bad Boy is the party label. Like you should like it should be up tempos. It should be, you know. He was like, I don't agree with that. They just think it's supposed to be like nah, it's supposed to be, you know,
Slappers.
So I played him another record, and it was me rapping on it with them singing. It's like it sound. He's like, this was a sample. It sounded like a Bad Boy record.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, man, we doing this. I said, what they look like? I said, one of them was my girl. So they look good. I showed him a picture of him. He was like, oh, okay. So we started doing the deal.
Really?
Now, mind you,
So Mary could have been on Bad Boy.
he was the first person up at bat. So I'm like, okay, listen. I know he knows way more than me, and he's gonna get me somewhere. So my only line of defense at the time, in terms of negotiating, was to say no to everything. No matter what he proposed, like no. It got so bad till I was saying no to stuff that was stupid.
Yeah.
Till Hev had to get on the phone and mediate between us. Like it was like that. Meanwhile, my manager Ken Creer goes, yo, if he wants it, this is the Puff and J-Lo era. Like this is what he's crazy
out,
hot.
yeah.
He's out of here. He said, he want it, everybody gonna want it. We're gonna do a bidding war. I'm like, what's a bidding war? He said, don't even worry about it. Next thing I'm on jets and flying all over the place. They meet with every hit. And I'm meeting with A&R dudes. I'm meeting with the heads of the companies and the Clive Davises and this person. I'm like all over the place. So it comes down to, I'm like, I'm trying to be loyal. I'm like, he was the first person. Comes down between them, Bad Boy, and Columbia. Between Puff and at the time, Donnie Ienner and Mariah's baby husband. Tommy Mottola.
Yeah.
I almost said Tony Montana. Tommy Mottola, same thing.
Right.
Literally. So I call Puff. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming to New York, bringing the girls with me. He's like, you coming here? We coming here? I said, we got some meetings. He sensed right away. He said, look here, Playboy, I don't do bidding wars. I said, you don't want to meet him? We've been doing all this. You ain't even met him yet. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm talking like that. He's like, all right. I'll meet him. Problem with that is we went to Columbia first.
Oh God.
They rolled out the red carpet. Well, this is 550 Madison, New York, the huge Sony building.
Yeah.
They got the whole conference room. The freaking presidents of black music is the track masters, Tone and Polk.
Wow.
Tone and Polk and Donnie Ienner are pitching me for my group that nobody knows, and they're like, "This is crazy." First thing they say, "Listen, we're gonna have your record, and we service every territory in the world. Your record is gonna be worldwide instantly. We love this record. We love this single. This is Donnie Ienner talking while Tone and Polk sit there and they co-sign everything. I'm like, this is the track master.
Yeah.
I was just sampling their stuff from the Nas It Is Written album.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the next day, we go to Bad Boy. But we don't go to the office. They take us to Daddy's house.
The
studio. Puff ain't there yet. He's down the street because MTV was down the street. He's down the street at MTV doing something. And they sit us in the vocal booth of one of the studios. As soon as we walk in, first thing Tina said was like, yeah, I'm ready to leave already.
Yeah.
Because it just looked like an East Coast Deathrow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, mind you, Tina had already been there before because we went there to write on some of the Bad Boy gospel stuff. Just me and Tina. He was singing background for Brian McKnight at the time.
Eric, you sing background?
Brian McKnight, Kenny Lattimore. Yeah.
Okay.
So not Kenny Lattimore, Eric Benet. Tina sung with Kenny Lattimore back in the day. Anyway, so they like, we ready to leave. Like, this is weird. Puff ain't there. People smoking weed. He don't allow smoking in the studio, so we finally we quickly figured that out because they heard that he was coming up the street. Puff's coming. You can hear them, they screaming, spraying stuff like, he's coming, put the smoke out. They was throwing cigarette butts away and everything. Finally gets there. He has a little lounge set up. It's really fly. And we in there talking, whatever. We just had a cool conversation. It was great. We ended up going with Columbia. Puff calls me, curses me. I don't like being used like that. You use me. I was like, hey, man, I ain't do nothing that you wouldn't have did.
Yeah.
I'm protecting my artists. He was like, yeah, whatever. He hung up on me.
Hilarious.
And that was that. And then a few months later, it's Christmas time. I'm asleep. I'm still living in my mama's house. Phone ring in my room. I'm like, hello? And I'm going to use the N-word now. Pastors don't like to use this, but I'm going to use it. I'm quoting Puff. Merry Christmas, nigga.
Puff.
I'm like, who is this? It's Puff. Hey, man, Merry Christmas, man. You did good. I'm proud of you.
That's dope. So
that was that.
how did you and Heavy D become so close? How did that start?
Again, like my man, shout out to my man DJ Rogers Jr. Dope cat, songwriter, singer that most people don't know.
But listen, his father,
he knew, and everybody knows him though.
Yeah.
His dad was DJ Rogers Sr., passed away last year. Soul singer, but DJ is dope singer and songwriter himself. We grew up together.
Big Sean actually sampled DJ Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't give a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sample is DJ Rogers. Anyway, Lil DJ Jr. is my man. We grew up together. I've known him since I was 10. He always knew everybody, like, because his dad. And he's very outspoken. I was the shy guy. He's the one that introduced me to Quik. So at the time, he got a deal with Universal. Universal and at the time Heavy was over Uptown. So it was Universal Uptown.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Heavy was the president. They signed DJ Rogers. He brings his man in to come play on everything like I normally do. Introduces me to Hev. Me and Hev like lock in, like, and that was from that moment, that was it. We did some of DJ stuff, then we did right after that same in a week we did some songs on DJ, and then we did a song called Summer Rain. Let him go in to Carl Thomas.
Wow.
That was like me and Hev's first big joint we did together.
Really?
Yeah, and we just became boys after that. And it was like, it was like
Y'all
family.
super close.
Super
and
close
your daughter's name is?
So he has a daughter. His daughter's name is Zaya, Xea. So when he passed away, he met my kids. He didn't get to meet her. So I named my daughter after his daughter.
Wow.
Only I didn't spell it like hers because he was so like proud of the spelling. He was like, I checked it. I looked at nobody has this spelling. Xea, Zaya. So that's dope. So my daughter's Zaya. Wow. Yeah.
And just out of love for Hev,
Yeah. I mean, that's my man. Like he really, so because of Hev, you know who Mary Mary is. Really.
Damn.
So why is Mary Mary called Mary Mary?
So
I tried to look this up in the Bible. I don't know who Mary Mary is.
ain't no Mary Mary in the Bible. So
Thank you.
but it is two Marys.
It was frustrating the hell out of me.
Yes, two Marys. So let me tell you how that went. I love group names or band names of like those alternative rock bands. You know what I'm saying? Like Eagle Eye Cherry, Third Eye Blind. Like I hated the gospel music names like the so-and-so singers and the Jubilee this and that. I was like,
we're not that.
Yeah, this is, because mind you, I don't know how to make gospel music. I come from Deathrow professionally.
Yeah.
I've never made gospel anything. So this is about to be extra gangstered out. So I'm like,
I'm gonna do me.
and we gonna write these lyrics and it's gonna be fly, right? So I'm like, we're trying to come up with a name. I'm like, Mary is a religious name. So let's just call y'all Mary Mary. Eric was like, Tina's like, well, what does that mean? I was like, I don't know. So I go upstairs. My dad's up watching TV. I was like, Dad. Oh no, I tell them, I say, I think it's two Marys in the Bible. Hold on. I'll go upstairs, ask my dad, Dad, is there two Marys in the Bible? He was like, what? Yeah. I said, okay. I came back like, did they know each other? He's like, yeah, they was like sisters. He has no reason, he doesn't know why I'm asking him. I run back downstairs to the studio in the basement. I said, yeah, they knew each other. They're like sisters.
Because my daddy said it.
Yeah, my daddy said it. You got Mary, Jesus Mama. You got Mary Magdalene, and the other Jesus Mama, Mary Christ, right? That's what I would call it because we don't know what the last name is.
Yeah, what's Mary last? I was like, you just made up some word. Mary Christ.
I just made that
Campbell.
up. Mary, yeah.
Mary
But the two Marys, I'm like, so Mary, Mary. So that's how we.
Hey,
came
bro,
up with
do
that.
anybody idiots ever call them Mary?
Still to this
For
day,
sure.
all the time.
Hey, Mary.
So,
Hey, nigga.
I mean, dude, you sign your future wife
Yeah,
and your future sister-in-law.
sister-in-law. Yeah.
Like, are we getting a new Mary Mary album?
I mean, I got one in the can that's blazing. I got this
Cracking.
one joint with Mace on it. That's
Out of here.
woo. But I mean, we'll see.
What's the hesitation? What has been the
Why won't Eddie
hesitation?
Murphy do stand up? See, it just because everybody wants you to do it, it makes it a little more fun that you don't.
But when they do come out,
It's gonna be retarded. I mean,
in a good way.
mentally.
How many years has it been since how many years has it been since the last Mary release?
11? No,
But they
2011.
but they have put out a record on on my blog.
They do little stuff here. They put out solo joints.
Yeah.
My wife's solo career is out of here. She's like killing it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the brand is protected, I think. And then they were able to stay in the limelight for so long because without a record, they had 7 seasons of a reality show. First gospel group to do a reality show, right? And then when that was over, we did one on TV One, just our family, called Warryn Campbell's. So they stay, and then my wife is on radio every morning, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So they stay.
Shout out to Kobe Cole.
Kobe.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that way they stay relevant, you know.
How was the reality show phase for you? Like, because Warryn, I know you out there, but you're not. You are guarded privately. Like, was that like, dang, I gotta let these people in my house? And
Yeah, it blew all that. Like, you know, my name is Warryn S. Campbell II. Nobody knew what I looked like or how old I was. My first time going to Philly, walking in Larry Gold, he was in the lobby playing the cello. Old white dude that owns the studio.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hi, I'm Larry Gold." I'm like, "Oh, you Larry Gold?" I said, "I'm Warryn Campbell." He says, "You're Warryn Campbell, but you're so young and black." Everybody thought I was like 45 years old back then and white. They didn't know what I looked like. So this show kind of blew that
mystique.
Yeah, I like that you don't know who the heck I am.
Drake said he loves a mystique about things.
Now
man.
you can't creep. You can't creep nowhere. You can't go to this over here. You can't.
I mean, I can't. I live in LA, so nobody cares in LA. But
when you go to,
when I was just in Houston.
Oh,
it's different.
You would have thought, like, I'm not used to this. Like, the first time it happened, I went to Atlanta for something. No. I went to New Orleans for the Essence Festival.
Oh, that's.
And I was like,
Mecca.
Who am I? Like, what the heck? Because I live in Los Angeles.
Like, why you care?
Nobody cares about. I remember coming out to dentist and Jack Nicholson walking down the street when I was a little kid. Nobody even said nothing to him. It's just not that. That's not the culture here.
Yeah.
And I'm born and raised here, so I'm like, when I go to Essence Festival, and I'm like, these people, I'm trying to walk to this wherever I'm trying to go, and I can't. It's a crowd around me. It's like I can't walk. Just taking pictures. I'm going, this is crazy. Maybe,
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe because all the black people are here. And I started getting it. Okay, other places where there's a lot of concentrated area of black people, then they would know who I am.
Yeah.
Here, it ain't like that because, you know.
You hear?
We're not a church culture in LA.
Yeah.
In California, only 3% of the population goes to church. Down south, they do
Bible.
two things.
They
They
do-
go to college and they go to church.
Yeah.
And they
Like
play
we
gospel
belong to a
music
church,
every
but
Sunday.
we don't go.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I belonged to a church for years before I became a pastor. I didn't really go though.
So okay,
You know.
what year did you become a pastor?
2015.
So
It hasn't
this,
been long. It hasn't been long at all.
what moved you to become a pastor? Was it your dad? Was your dad leaning on you? Was
No. Like becoming a pastor is not something you aspire to do. It's not a. If you're doing it right, it's not an aspiration or on your vision board. It's not because as
It's
a
a
pastor,
calling,
if you're
though.
doing it, it's a calling. You got to be called to it. Like I'm called to music and songwriting. I've written 4 songs in my head since we've been sitting here.
Really?
That's just how that works.
Do we get credit? Do we get a
No, because it's still in here. You don't know. You ain't gonna know which.
but we inspired it.
It might be a.
Help me out. Help us
trying-
out.
There might be a something about a mauve hoodie.
Listen, we need the credit. No,
Mauve hoodie and my goatee.
man.
Crazy.
So listen, we called you, right? Because me and Fuzz were having a huge debate,
Brandy debate.
a Brandy debate, and you know we called you, Fuzz called you, and we were talking about what's the better Brandy album. You work with Brandy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Never Say Never, and your favorite
Full
one,
Moon.
I say Never Say Never.
Yeah, it's never say never to me too.
Yeah,
So
I'm
full
hard
moon
album.
all day, man.
Cause it was fresh. That's when her and Rodney first got together. It was. I remember hearing them records in the car with her. Like, God, dog, like what is this?
That never say never. The beginning track is fire.
And I got kicked off of that record. I had 2 songs. Rodney just poof, get out of here.
Man. Am scratch.
Finish him. Yeah, he killed me. Yeah. So it's Full Moon is dope for producers, for the singing, for all the sound, but song for song. I'm like, The Boy Is Mine is on.
Yeah.
Never Say Never.
Bigger
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
I love the production on Full Moon.
Yeah, if you're a beat or production guy, Full Moon's gonna be your.
The way I listen to music, I don't listen to lyrics. I'd be listening to music
it.
first.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Okay, that makes
Angel
sense.
in Disguise.
Yeah, Angel on. Put that on everything.
Put that on. Yeah, it's
Put
Top
that
of the
on
World
everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Top of the World was on
with
there.
Mace. Yeah.
That may have been and no disrespect to Mace, that may have been my least favorite song on that album.
Really? I gotta listen to it again.
Because it's for
cool.
me, it didn't fit. Like the other records on the album, man.
I like the beat. It reminds you of Rock My World beat a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Same similar sound. But yeah, that joint. I mean, what else was on that album? The big hit Diane Warren joint. You didn't get to heaven. Everybody knows almost doesn't count.
Oh,
that's on that joint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it almost doesn't count.
it's big. It's big. I know it's a big album. I just like.
And there's a Diane Warren song. I can't remember the name of it right now. That's on that album too.
So, how many Grammys do Warryn Campbell have?
I have 5. It says I got 9 or 11 on. I don't know where that came from because when you get, or something says I have 17. Because when you get, sometimes you get a Grammy in the form of a plaque for certain projects.
It's a papered Grammy, yeah.
You know, they give you, but you can't get it unless the project won the Grammy.
Got it.
So, or you get it as a nominee. So I got about 3,700 of them nominee joints.
Yeah.
But like, you know, in terms of statues, I got 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Mary has
4.
Yeah.
And and Erica Campbell has 1 for her solo.
See?
Does that ever get, just, a conflict because it's your wife and your sister-in-law?
How does that family and that? I'm still trying to figure out that combination.
And
Jack.
it's the music business.
People say it can't work, but I think when they've allowed,
they trust you.
It's weird because I don't think they do this in no other area in their life. They stay in their lane. Like they write the songs, sing the songs. They let me produce the album, and they actually listen to me.
I've been in the studio when I've seen them do that, and you just.
I don't think they do that nowhere else in their life except for that area.
So when they're Mary, they know their lane.
Yeah, then they fill it up. Like I can't do what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get on stage and rip it down. Like them together it's nowhere near fair. First of all, then I bring what I bring to the table is really that us 3 together is unstoppable. It literally is like I don't even talk like this, but
It's a movie, man.
it's unstoppable. It's like it's a force. Like no matter what we do together, like I do great stuff. Me and Tina have done some great records together, just me and her. Me and my wife done some great records, just me and her. Really great. I mean, hits too. But when we 3 get together, it's I don't know. It's a combustible. It's just blow. It's like there's a fire. I don't know what that is.
Right.
But I only get it with certain people. With them, it's very consistent.
I remember calling you when I heard God in Me, bro.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to go. And I called her Warryn. He's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think you said I did it in my bedroom.
I did it.
I woke. You said it was something. It was whatever it was. It seemed like I just did it.
I did it on my laptop. I had 2008 April. I had surgery. I had my kidney taken out. Kidney cancer.
Wow.
Renal cell carcinoma on my right kidney. And I was in the middle. I had just started making that album, and it was like probably a 3-month pause in the whole process because I had to heal up. I had to recuperate. So I was in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I was just mad, like I can't go to the studio. And I don't really got no good drum sounds. I just started using this one program called Logic. This was back in the day when Logic just was coming. It was Logic 6 at the time. So I opened it up and just started messing with it. I didn't have nothing attached to it, just a little keyboard on the laptop, and I made that beat. And after I healed up, I got to the studio, pulled the laptop out one time, just was playing it. And I heard it on the little laptop speakers. When I played it
in the big speakers,
I was like, oh, shoot. Yo, what the? It was crazy. I'm like, oh, my God, this is nuts. And immediately I said, turn the mic on. Let's turn the mic on. I'm going to go. And I get in, you're so fly. I freestyled that whole thing. You're so fly. You're so everybody. To figure out why I had the auto-tune on. I had just been listening to T-Pain or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I go, it's the God in me. It's God in me. Right? I started doing this. I just started saying that. The Tina was like, yo, that's crazy. She wrote the second verse.
Wow.
And that was that.
That record slapped, bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
That record slapped. Hey, how bad was that cancer for you?
Man, I
didn't find out about it till later. You kept
it was
on the
short.
reps.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer on a Friday. This for anybody. I got to put my pastor hat on now. Anybody dealing with any kind of sickness, cancer, it don't really matter what it is. God can heal it. I'm diagnosed on Friday. Cancer free the next Friday.
what?
Yeah, it was that fast. The cancer, they said, well, we don't want to do, what do you call it when they go biopsy? Because if it leaks, it may spread. We see the tumor, it's as big as a grapefruit. So we don't know if it's cancerous or not because, if we go in there and it is, and it leaks, so we'd rather just take it out. So they said we could do it laparoscopically or we could do it where we give you a big scar. I said, give me the scar. I mean, it'll make you look tough. We do the surgery. They open it up. It is cancerous. No chemo, no radiation because the tumor was so thick they had to butterfly it like a steak.
Dang.
And they found a little thing where the cancer was, and that was that. And so, wasn't necessarily scary. I had a brief moment where I was driving. I just bought the brand new Range Rover at the time. I just had it 2 days. So it just seemed like my life was shutting down. And for a split second, I'm like, man, cancer, I may die. I ain't gonna be able to make records no more. I immediately at the top of my mind,
Life was flashing.
records. Like my life is making these beats.
Yeah.
I love to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do that no more. I get sick. My wife, at the time, my daughter's maybe 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shh. And then my car, I'm driving, it's just turned off. It's shut down.
Brand new car.
I only had it 2 days. I just drove it off the lot, right? I'm like, my car I'm hitting the gas and nothing happened. And it said, the display was reading something like wrong gear. I took that as a sign, like, God is like, no, you in the wrong gear. He says, listen, you gonna be fine. This is what the Holy Spirit was speaking to me in my mind, like not loud, it was in my gut. I'm like, you gonna be okay? This is me doing this. I'm gonna show everybody how I get down through you. I'm like, okay. I turned the car off, turned it back on. It was fine. Kept going. I never even thought about it after that. I was like, yeah, let's get this operation.
Wow.
Did the operation Thursday, Friday, check me out. I'm good. That was that.
Dang.
That was that.
And you've been straight healthy ever since.
Yep. Just with the exception of this gout in his right foot.
Well, sometimes when you wear short sets and eat lobster for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, things will happen.
You on that gout?
Man,
Let me tell you the first. You ever had gout?
Hell no, I ain't had
No.
gout.
Man, so uric acid crystallizes in one of your bones, probably like around your big toe, and you don't want nobody to touch your knee like that. Like, it's the first time it happened. Oprah has. It's gonna sound like a story full of bars, but I'm just telling you the story.
Sorry, drop the name.
Oprah has a thing at her house, and
Bar one.
we go. My wife is singing, and the year before she had it again, Super Soul Sunday. I put the band together. Nissan, man, shout out to Nissan. He's in the band, and this year Nissan took it over as the MD. And I'm just there. My wife is singing. She has in her backyard all this food. She had a lobster bar. So shout out to Kevin Frazier. You know Kevin Frazier.
yeah, from Entertainment
Entertainment Tonight. He's my neighbor. So me and Kevin. Kevin is my neighbor. So like,
It's like
no man, he is. We
Yeah.
play like Kevin will come to my house, knock on the door, like, hey man, we play basketball. He got a court in the back, little half court. So anyway, that's my dude. We see each other there. I know he's going. So man, we could have just rolled together. Anyway, there's a lobster bar full of lobster tails and lobster meat, and it just keeps coming. It's never ending. It's a line, mind you. Me and Kev pull up stools
Eat at the bar.
and just eat lobster
Inward.
all for like an hour, nonstop. 2 days later, my foot was like, I didn't know what gout was. That was like, I'm too young, but I know I seen my dad have it before.
God.
Painful. So he was laughing at me. I couldn't put a shoe on or nothing. It was nasty.
Man.
Lobster.
Dude, you are. Who knew? Well, Fuzz, you knew. I'm like, man, you are a bar.
Nah, man.
From the lobster station
To the pulpit.
to Northridge to just all of these amazing things that you've done, man. God has been in your life, man. And thank you for stopping by. I mean,
And thank you for being a friend. Like, he's a friend first.
no,
bro.
you've been when I saw Warryn in Philly, it was something for the radio station, and I only, I'm a straight, N-word,
You are.
and I was like, oh, that's Warryn Campbell. I'm like, Fuzz told me about. I was like, hey man, my man Fuzz. That was it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's the Warryn Campbell. But it was a bunch of people.
It was a
around
Radio
him.
One thing?
It was a Radio One thing.
I came there because of Elroy.
Yes, shout out to Elroy Smith.
Elroy Smith,
Yes.
my dude.
And you were there, and I didn't really know a lot about gospel music.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was a lot of
They
people.
had me talking on a panel or something.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So Q be liking certain gospel music. I said, man, that's whack. That's whack gospel
Like
music.
what?
Like,
No,
don't say the name.
Don't
He said- I was like, nah, that's it's boo boo, man. Bro, I said I only listen to slapping. I only listen to slappers.
First of all, Fuzzy got some of the best taste in the music game.
I tried to, man.
Like a lot of records that I know about, because he's like, oh, you ain't heard something? I'm like, nah. Now listen, I'm like, man, this is crazy. He always got some.
He's an A&R.
You always got to pay attention to anybody that introduces you to new music.
Yeah.
Warren put me on one of the episodes. Golden
I did.
Ears.
Yeah,
Got
he was
them
there.
Golden Ears.
I was like, listen, we got to play this record for Fuzzy. This is on the show.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
building up. If Fuzzy say it's a hit, it's about to be
The build up was crazy on that show. I was like,
We got that's playing right now. I'm just saying, there has to be a clip in it. We got to put the clip
yeah,
in.
we'll make it happen. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah. Man, Dub C, man. Thank you, man.
Not
No.
Dub C.
I'm just saying,
I mean, they call me Dub C.
They call him Dub, yeah.
Baby
there's a
Dub.
hierarchy out here in LA. It's gang culture. Remember Friday's movie? You got Joker,
Yeah.
Big Joker, Baby Joker.
Yeah.
I'm saying you got
Yeah.
Big Dub, Dub C. I'm Baby Dub.
Baby Dub. Let's get up for Warryn Campbell, man.
Come
Thank
on,
you for
y'all.
stopping by, man.
On FAQ, Fuzzy
Listen,
and Quincy.
Subscribe, comment, share, Instagram, anywhere you listen or watch podcasts. Thank
Yeah,
you
man.
very much, man.
Thank you for having me, man. And because of this, tomorrow, I'm gonna tell y'all, yesterday's price.
It's
Went up.
Not today's price.
It went up, baby.